How do you help others and or your community? Consider your experiences, volunteering, making donations, sharing your talents and skills, which we kind of already talked about some more experiences. And think about the great or small things you do every day that make a difference in someone else's life. So, I can start. I work, of course, with little girls and we work with kids. And I think one of the biggest challenges for me working with them, but I love working with kids, but the biggest challenge is that we work in a program called Network 13. And that's where we go into these schools in the Roseland community. And maybe we're about like 10 schools, I believe. And we go into these schools and we teach kids who have bad attendance and bad behavior ways on how to improve their attendance through dancing and acting. And it gets really, really hard because sometimes we have to do the program after school. So a lot of the kids don't come or they might miss days, and so we can't really teach them because they don't come to school, so what makes you think they're going to come to our after school program? But the biggest, I think, success has been when they are there, they're attached and they learn so much and they want to come to school. And I really, really love it being with them and seeing the spark in their eyes when they see something challenging and they take it on, or seeing them love dance and love acting and seeing them want to do better. Because when we go into the schools, it's a different environment than it is here. At our studio, like the teachers are yelling at them and screaming and saying, and the kids are frustrated, you know. But when we come in, we show them love, and I think that's what's lacking in the school-based. In schools, period, like love, just loving kids and seeing the good in them and not always the bad. And that's what like people there do. They like to point out all the bad. This one is doing that and this. But when you point out the good, they'll mold into that greatness that's already in them. And that's what I love. I love working with kids, and I love seeing the growth in them and the development and them wanting to learn, because they are powerful, very powerful. And they just have to know it, because a lot of them don't. And so, yeah.
My daughter loves her, so I share that. So whenever, you've instilled in them to therefore give it back in return is awesome. So, yeah, good job. Keep it up.
Well, I have something that I'm doing. Every Thursday I do what's called Brainstorming Thursday. And when I started out, it was to push people into their destiny. If there's a book inside of you, if there's a business, whatever it is, it was to push people to their destiny. And so when the first day we came with whatever I did was that, that you felt was your destiny or that you wanted to do. So that day we set a goal, we set an objective. And then we said to ourselves, from this Thursday to the next Thursday, what are you going to do so that you can get closer to your goal? And so you can't come the following Thursday if you have not achieved what it is that you set out to do from the previous Thursday. So we've been making so much progress. One girl, she wanted to bake, so I began to say, well, I'm going to go online. I'll look up companies. I'll read the companies off. You pick a buzzword. And from the buzzwords, we came up with 5 company names for her. And then she has enrolled in school. There's another girl. She wants to do what's called health concierge. She wants to have that type of service. So she enrolled in No Instance Business Cards. So you have to do something. Myself, I'm writing a book. And so I've contacted various publishing companies, and even we have children there. So it's not just adults. And the goal is we only stay for an hour and a half, because what I understand about people is that they get overwhelmed, they get tired, so you never want to tire their brain out. So we go in, we allow you to express what you have, and if there is something that I can do to help you, then I add to it. And that's the purpose. We can all benefit from each other. But the goal is, we didn't set a deadline. 2 months from now, you have to have accomplished it. But we said, let's try for the end of the year. So to give you time to pace yourself. And once you achieve something once, and you get that momentum down on the inside of you, you can conquer the next thing because now you have that momentum and that drive to go for it. And so that's what I do. It's called Brainstorming Thursdays. And anyone who wants to come is more than welcome.
Where do you do it?
At my home. I do it at my home. I live in Evergreen Park. And so we just do it at my home. You know, sometimes things have to start off small before they can go big. You know, and this is free. So, you know, so everything that you can get here, get it.
Exactly. Cool. Awesome. Anybody?
Oh, so, no.
No, I was just gonna say, most recently, in the last 6 months, I've been working with adults, you know. The homeless veterans, there are over 8,000 homeless veterans. So just trying to get 1 or 2 of them on retreat, and that's always an accomplishment and helping them. But before that, when I was working with children, the main thing is to get them to see something differently, to look at things different. I remember at one point with 9/11, they had this one outlet, and they had these keychains with the Twin Towers on it. The Twin Towers had just gone down the year before, and you see all these things about memorials and these coins you can buy these things for $20. So I got together with a group of kids, and we went into this place, and we bought as many that they had that just had the Twin Towers on it. And they were liquidating them from some place in New York. So they're $1 a piece. We get them for 90 cents. All we can get, 100 and some of them. Then we put them on the internet for $19.95, and then, you know, we cut the price, we buy 2 of them. And we sold them that way. They made some money that way. So always, you know, you can take a look at something that somebody else sees as something they want to liquidate and see it differently. And that's the main thing with I think, the youth is they have to get their minds working creatively to look at
To piggyback what Ryan said, I'm a mentor. And the kids that we work with were in the Lawndale area, elementary school. And what we try to do is we have a 3-phase, one of our modules is, we try to teach the kids about first learning how to listen. And once you learn how to listen, then you can comprehend and understand what's being taught. But we find a lot of them out there just, of course, they're being labeled with ADHD and all these other medical problems, deficiencies.
And that's not it.
Right, that's not it. And once we try to, grab their attention to understand these different steps, we do, say for example, my business partner, he'll do the clinical side. We give them the instructions on, okay, this is how you listen, this is what you pay attention, you have to be still. You learn these different areas, and then I come in and I do a workshop with them. Like I had a series last week, we learned how to shine shoes. Something totally different, because they bog down most of the day with instruction and education and trying to learn. So we try to do something totally different for them, and we still teaching them, and they're learning, but they don't understand it until after the fact. Like we did a series today, teaching them how to tie a tie. So I had each one of them go up. I know we gave them instructions, so I'm how to tie a tie. Then I have them go up and I have them do it. And I have them explain it step by step by step. So when we finished with the workshop, I asked them, I said, do you understand what we just went through? He said, oh yeah, we learned how to be able to sit down, to listen, to follow instruction, to be able to articulate how to go through these steps and process. I said, yeah, so you just did public speaking. So now, if you want to go, so then I try to have them, you can translate this into your career aspirations. If you want to be a business owner, if you want to be a public speaker, if you want to be, whatever your career and your goal and aspirations are, you have to understand the importance of your education and how it ties into what you want to do in the future. Teach them the domino effect. A lot of times they don't understand, the importance of, if I come to school and I'm coming to school to learn, and if I from disrupting the class and I'm learning, then my dominance gonna fall in the negative way. If I come to school and I'm doing what's positive, then I'll take them through each of the steps. And you can just see the look on their faces, like, wow, I just never, they don't know, because they don't know that they have options. They don't know about nutrition, they don't know, about goals, because they don't, a lot of these kids don't think they're gonna live past 18.
Right.
A lot of them, you ask them, what do you want to do? I don't want to speak, I don't know. I'm not gonna live past 18. And just to hear them say that, they really do not believe they have a future. So they literally live for the day in the moment, just as
Right,
so,
they do.
Yeah.
They do. This is very good, very good. You know, when I think about that question, I try to think about what do, I've been doing one girls for 15 years now, like every day, all day. But another thing I try to do in the community is my block club. Very, very dedicated to my block club.
We don't have those now. It's like everybody's so scared,
But I think that we just have to stop being scared. And when I first moved on my block, the lady across the street from me, I was dating this guy who was in my house, and he had a car that was on flat for a few days. And so she came to me about the third day. She's like, Marvinetta, can I speak with you for a minute? I was like, sure, Miss Paula. She was like, sweetheart, we don't do that on this block. I was like, oh my God. You went right out there. Get out, right now, get the cover. Values.
Right,
And I told the kids walking down my street, they were purple, like, hey, this is the neighborhood, baby, we don't do that. We don't do that on this block.
Exactly.
No, sweetheart, love you, but you can't do that. Now I see the little boys on the corner, I got to call the police, and I'm gonna do it. My neighbor hates me because I called the police on your dogs. No. So, we can't be afraid, but with love.
I can say this, for me, I'm like the neighborhood mother and the school mother. Well, I've been in my neighborhood for 3 years and I learned everybody, even the gangbangers, and I stop and talk to them, and I see them with each other, it'd be like 10 of them. And I'll stop, I said, okay, so last year I asked them, they was all in them, like it was at least 10 of them. So I went in the middle of the crowd. And I don't have no fear. God didn't give me fear, I stopped and I said, okay, let me talk with y'all. I see them smoking and marijuana and drinking and everything. I said, what you want to be in life? He had tattoos all over his face. He had a gun going up his face with smoke coming out of it. I said, what you want to become? He was the first one I targeted. I said, what you want to become in life? So everybody else speaking for him, I said, I wasn't talking to you. Oh, he's gonna be a rapper, he can rap, and he got 50 million guns and stuff. I said, okay. I said, I want to hear what you're gonna become. He said, well, I do rap. I said, you think that's gonna make it in life? I said, not only that, how are you gonna present yourself with everything that's on your face? You're cursing on your face, you got a shotgun with smoke. I said, you think somebody really wants you? I said, just because Lil Wayne has it, don't mean you're gonna make it. Don't mean you're gonna make it. So I just went around the circle. I said, have you guys ever thought about graduating out of 8th grade? I said, the first step is 8th grade. The second step is high school. And it's not easy in high school because they don't slap you on your wrist in high school. You're either gonna do it or you're not. I said, and the next step after that is college. It's hard. It's harder in college because the professors, you're not there, you're not gonna